Back from our hunting. We're going to pick back up in Genesis chapter 2 and in verse 7. And we have the name of God, Elohim formed the man out of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils breath of lives, and the man became a living being. And we have the name of God again, Elohim planted a garden in Eden to the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground, we have the name of God again, Elohim made every tree grow that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, with the tree of life in the midst of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And as we go to verse 15, and we have the name of God again, Elohim took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to work it and to guard it. And we have the name of God, Elohim commanded the man, saying, Eat of every tree of the garden, but do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for in the day that you eat of it, you shall certainly die. As we go to verse 20, so the man gave names to all livestock, and to the birds of the heavens, and to every beast of the field. But for the man there was not found a helper for him as his counterpart. So we have the name of God, Elohim caused a deep sleep to fall on the man, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh in its place. And the rib which with the name of God Elohim had taken from the man, he made into a woman, and he brought her to the man. And the man said, This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. This one is called woman, because she was taken out of man. Verse 25, And they were both naked, the man and his wife, yet they were not ashamed. But wait, isn't this about hunting? Why are you reading all this? And wait, didn't God make the man already? And the woman? Didn't they exist already? Or is this just going into detail of how they were created, like as read in the first chapter? Is this a different man in the garden? Glad you asked. Those are all good questions. Let's dive in for a closer look. Remember in Genesis chapter 1 verse 27, and Elohim created the man in his image. In the image of Elohim he created him. Male and female he created them. And also understand verse 26, and Elohim said, Let us make man in our image. Who is us? As we go to 1 John chapter 5 verse 7, because there are three who bear witness, the spirit and the water and the blood, and the three are in agreement. Remember in the beginning of Genesis chapter 1, you have God creating. Verse 3, and Elohim said his word. And also verse 2, and the spirit of Elohim was moving on the face of the waters. Do you understand a little bit better? There's a lot more to get into.